Hello everybody, Jayborino here, welcome back. Continuing Maporino 2019 submissions, we got another Warcraft 3-1 here today. This map is called Summons. It is the first map of a campaign called Legacy of Wolves. This is submitted by DukeFenix. So let's check it out, see what it's all about. Marshal Galen Greywolf, commander of the famous Wolf Regiment and leader of the Imperial forces on the Dromian Warfront, has been recalled by High Lord Darius Nightbane to deal with a pressing issue in the region around the village of Ravensburg. While annoyed, Greywolf knows that the High Lord does not make an order like this on a whim. Attention, not all characters have been voiced as of yet. Characters currently missing voices are Dahlia Night Whisper and Elaine Starhunter. So the ladies.
I'm glad that you could make it, Lady Starhunter.
What is that elf doing here? This is a strictly human.
General, stay your tongue, lest you find it removed from your mouth. The elves are our allies, and Lady Starhunter's rangers are invaluable assets.
Of course, High Lord.
I apologize for my subordinate's actions, Lady Starhunter. He doesn't realize the value of having allies, it seems.
Perfectly fine, High Lord. There are members amongst my own kind that still find this alliance between our peoples to be foolhardy and unnecessary. I disagree.
Now we just need to wait for one more person, and we can begin discussing this issue. He's one of my most trusted marshals.
You didn't seriously invite that half-elf bastard.
Marshal Greywolf is a valuable soldier and a good leader, General. One that may take your place if you can't put your petty thoughts on our alliances aside. Now, what have you to report from the front, Lady Starhunter?
Ah, Marshal Greywolf. I was beginning to wonder when you would arrive. Come, the High Lord is awaiting us down in the garrison.
Garrison? I thought that Ravensburg was a civilian town.
Well, it was, up until recently. With the increased bandit activity, High Lord Nightbane brought a detachment of the Imperial Army, as well as his personal force, the Dragon Regiment.
Nightbane brought Dragon Regiment into this mess? Maybe this actually is an issue worth calling me from the front.
Most definitely, sir. We've had to increase the town guard here as well, dealing with more than just the occasional bandit before the army came in.
Then I suppose it's a good thing he called for me. We'll get this issue sorted out, Captain. Don't you worry.
I hope you do, Marshal. I hope you do.
Ah, Garland. It is good to see that you arrived safely. I trust that your journey was without issue?
It was, High Lord. However, I have to ask what's going on. Dragon Regiment hardly ever leaves the capital, and General Steelfist never stops berating non-humans from inside his office.
What are you, little... How dare you insult me like this? I'll have you hung up by your entrails, inhuman.
General, remember what I said, and Marshal, please try not to antagonize him further. We have important business to conduct. I'd like you to meet Lady Elaine Starhunter, the Ranger General of the Elven Military. I've requested her presence today because of the rather pressing issue at hand.
It's a pleasure to meet you both. Now, if it's time to get to business, I already took the liberty of having my lead huntress scout the woods around town while we were traveling here. Of course, ma'am. As Lady Starhunter mentioned, she sent me ahead of the group to scout the forest to ensure that there were no dangers to our trek, and to get a better idea of what we're looking at. During my scouting, I discovered that the local bandits have been growing bolder and attacking caravans along the road, and even striking at villages. I believe nearby village of Darkfallow might be at risk next time. It's a small town with few guards, the perfect place for a bandit clan to strike without fear.
Exactly. This is why I called you here, Marshal. I know that you'll need it on the war front, but right now, I need you to find the location of the bandits' main camp and dispose of them. Then, I want you to check up on Darkfallow. We'll discuss the issue of redeploying you to the front once you return.
Of course, sir. You can consider it done.
All right, here we go. I would say the footmen fighting each other in the opening cinematic
My blade is ready.
could probably be
Consider it
removed,
done.
but that's not really a major point. It's just
Orders,
eventually
sir.
it was just so repetitive, just boom, boom, the whole time. Kill the bandit lord leading. The increased attacks against local villages. Ensure the safety of Dark Fallow. Grey Wolf must survive. Shockwave, Thunderclap, Battle Roar. That's cool. Okay. Moretha. The blade once wielded by Galen's father, Jonathan Grey Wolf. Jonathan! Before he fell in battle during the last war, with his father dead and his mother nowhere to be found, it came to Galen to head the house of Grey Wolf and to represent the family in the Imperial Army. Using this blade, he marched his way through the ranks until he reached the rank of Marshal and gained the loyalty of his fellow soldiers. The blade is enchanted with a powerful fire magic, increasing the damage the weapon can do to single opponents, as well as harming nearby enemies with the sheer heat of the weapon's enchant. Sort of sounds like it's just an orb of fire, but we got some world building, some lore.
My blade is ready. Of course.
I like the voice
Say the
acting
word.
added.
Of course.
I
What
understand
do you need?
sometimes you can't get
Consider
everyone
it done.
voice acted.
I understand.
That's not a problem.
Marshal Grey Wolf. Come to aid with the bandit problem, have you? One of our patrols hasn't checked in after investigating the Western Pass. If it isn't too much trouble, could you look for them?
Of course, Captain. Of
course.
Look for those missing troops. I understand.
Okay, that sounds
Of
good because
course.
I'm sure they'll join us. Find the
Consider it
missing
done.
troops.
I understand. Of course.
Lost troops, and there are 3 main objectives. Okay, the map doesn't seem huge. So we'll see.
Yes.
Maybe there's going to be like, go
Consider
out,
it
find the
done.
troops, kill the bandit leader, fall back,
Of course.
defend the village. Could be
I'll check
something
it
like
out.
that. I don't know.
Orders?
Let me just
What
double
do you
check,
need?
by the way.
Orders,
We've got
sir.
defend, and then these guys have cleave. Great Claw.
What do you need?
Definitely getting
I
a
understand.
Legends of Arcane feel from this. Especially with the oh my god, he attacks so fast. I love it.
Orders, sir. Consider it done.
I like this hero.
I'll check it out. Of course.
Again,
Consider it
definitely there's
I'll check
you
it
can
out.
feel the inspiration.
My blade is ready. I understand.
This feels like where there's probably going to be
Consider it done.
the
check it
guys that we can rescue, if I had to guess.
Orders, sir.
I love it. He attacks so fast. Through his charisma and dedication to the cause, Grey Wolf inspires his men into action, increasing damage of hero and nearby allies by 75%. Again, that reminds me of Gardon.
Of course. I understand.
Again, I don't want to go through all of these
I am the marshal.
comparing them to other maps, but this one is
Of course.
it's a little too
I
uncanny to
understand.
not compare. Like you've got the Great Claws, and then you have the archers with the searing arrows.
Yes.
Though the archers look different,
What do you need?
but again, it's just like little things like
Orders,
that.
sir.
Let's battle roar and then stomp.
Of course.
Might as well use his abilities. Let's get it done.
My blade is
Finding
ready.
some healing would be nice. Hello,
I am the
tome. Jayborino's not missing any tomes today.
Orders, sir.
And there's our
What
healing.
ails you?
Ooh.
Seems saw the remains of that patrol. At least we found out what happened to them.
Yes, my liege. To arms!
I like these healers.
Someone injured. What
So
ails
this just straight up holy light. I'll take that.
Yes.
I really like this hero.
you? Yes,
I've
my
stressed a couple times,
I
but
am the marshal.
it's very
Fine.
satisfying.
Of course. Right away.
That's just straight up
Yes.
level 1 holy light. I'll
I'll
take
check
it.
out.
What do you need?
Dire wolves.
Say the
Right.
word.
Cool.
My blade
I guess we're
is
wolf
ready.
regiment, so
I
it's
understand.
clever to have everything named
I'll check it out.
like wolves, right?
What do you need?
Because we've got great claws, we've got
Orders?
dire wolves.
What ails you?
Well, chaplains. I mean, we rescued them, and then just archers. But the melee guys
What
are
do you
all
need?
wolf-related, which I think is
I
neat.
am the marshal.
Couple different ways to
course.
go here. We did finish that option. Do we need to turn it in, or no? Okay, it's all good.
I understand. Consider it
Let's
done.
keep this guy in the front.
My blade
I'll probably
is
just use
ready.
battle roar is probably the
course.
most effective use of his
Consider
mana.
it done.
Hello, my friend.
I understand.
I almost
I'll
feel
check it out.
I almost feel bad. He's neutral.
Orders, sir.
Hey man, that be my home you just destroyed.
What do you need? Of course. I understand.
Sorry.
To battle.
That's
Consider it
it's
done.
just like a clever little
I
thing to
understand.
have him like who most people I imagine
Consider
would
it
kill the
done.
troll first before the
Of
house.
course.
Just like
I'll
just
check it
the
out.
odd circumstance that his house
I
is
understand.
destroyed
Yes, my
before
friend. What do you need?
you kill the troll itself.
My blade is ready.
So yeah, it wasn't that was purposeful. He was supposed to be neutral. I almost feel bad
I'll check
doing
it
that,
out.
but
Yes, my liege.
We need it. I mean, healing wards are excellent, right?
I am
I'm not
the
gonna. I'm not gonna turn down healing wards.
On my way.
Don't get me wrong.
Of course. On my way.
So again, there are 2 other main objectives after all of this. So we'll have to see what this is all about. Was this highlighted because this is where the guy is? No, that's the
Aye,
entrance
my
to the
lord.
village.
On my way. Right. Of course. Right.
Hello, my friends.
On my way. Right.
Bandits run. I'm waiting for them to say bandits.
Right. Of course. Right.
It's very peaceful.
Aye.
Bandits!
Yep.
Protect the villagers!
I'm in town. On my way.
My blade.
Okay, let's give them a roar. That affects our allies as well. Scroll of
I am the
Restoration
marshal.
should be, well, not really necessary after this, but we've
I
got it.
understand.
There's like a...
Thanks for the
I'll
assist,
check it out.
Marshal.
Of course.
Is my
No
aid
problem, dog.
required?
Here.
What ails you?
There you go. Now you're better
Is my
equipped.
aid required?
Yes.
Back up to full strength to defend the
I'll
town.
check it out.
No
I understand.
casualties. He's so
I'll
fast,
check it
too.
out. I am. the
Look at
marshal.
Grey Wolf. He's just
Of course.
blasting ahead of his guys here. Their apprentice wizards, well, they're
Sir.
apprentice wizards, so they wouldn't have
Check it
heal,
out.
right? They're supposed to have something else. They don't even have
What do you
mana
need?
bars, so they don't cast anything.
Consider it done.
Scroll of mana,
I'll
you know,
check
I'm
it
just
out.
going to use that.
Orders, sir.
And
I understand.
which one of these is
Consider
going to
it
lead
done.
to a dead end?
Of course. Consider it
The
done.
the way with the Murlocs, I'd say.
I'll check it out.
Kind of hard to say. I was like, you know, you go to the way with the dead end because that means there'll be creeps that drop items. That's what it's all about.
I understand. Of course.
What I do like, again, considering that this is likely supposed to be a level
I'll
1,
check it out.
I
I understand.
get the impression
Consider
that
it
this
done.
map is supposed to be more about
Of course.
world building, and I think it's done a good job, right? It's kind of setting up, there's these Imperials with these different regiments that all kind of have their own flair of different units. So, and even just the setup,
I
the
am.
possibility of multiple factions
Orders, sir.
that play
Consider
differently,
it
have
done.
different units, is very
Attack!
intriguing to me. Again, very much
They've
Legends
met
of
their
Arcanesy.
end.
And several characters introduced right in the beginning, but also, you know, not lengthy,
What
not
do
like
you
a
need?
huge amount of exposition.
Of
It
course.
basically tosses you in there, and
Consider it
you get a
done.
pretty good idea of
I
these
understand.
characters straight away. I think I'm going to
I'll check it
backtrack
out.
and come over here real quick. Because this looks like it's going to...
I
Well,
understand.
I'm right here. Let's just double check.
I'll check it out.
But I get the impression that this is going to lead us over through the rest
I
of the map.
understand.
Well, maybe not.
Of course.
It's kind of hard to tell.
I understand.
I realize
Of course.
a bad habit that I have... Yep,
I'll
see,
check it
it's
out.
going to lead us up to the next
Of course.
land mass.
Consider
A
it
bad
done.
habit that I have is I talk
understand.
about maps as if they're like missions in a campaign when sometimes they're not. So, like, I think there's been at least 2 examples already in Maporino. I'm like, oh, well, if this was like a map 1 of a campaign, it functions this way. Maybe this was like a last mission in a campaign, and it functions this way. And I imagine those creators are like, but it's not, so shut up. We could also check over here.
Of course.
Um,
I'll check it out.
but on
I
that
am
on that
the marshal.
note, we're on a
Yes.
map here where it actually
Of
is
course.
supposed to be.
I'll check it out.
It's listed as map 1 of
Of course.
a campaign.
I understand.
Hello, my friends. Oh, they don't want us to go this
Consider
way.
Grey
it
Wolf.
done.
I heard you've been brought to this region to deal with the bandit.
Orders,
issue.
sir.
It's good to see you again, sir.
Likewise, Morrison. It's been too long. However, the bandit issue has been dealt with, and now we're going to check in on Darkfollow.
I see. Well, unfortunately, the bridge has been destroyed from the other side of the river. We're
Orders?
repairing it now, but
I am the
it
marshal.
will take some time for us to complete repairs. You're likely in a hurry, so if you'd like, you can take the alternate route through the shallows of the river down the road. I must warn you, it's become infested with Murloc raiders since the bridge was built.
As much as I'd love to wait around, I'll just have to take that route. Thank you for the warning, Morrison. Keep safe, friend.
I'll try, sir, but I didn't join the Imperial Army to be safe. May the gods watch over you.
My blade is ready.
All right, let's check down here.
Of course.
See, that they just assumed that we already killed the bandit leader, so he might be in here.
I'll check it out.
Also, I don't know. if this is an option to do, but
do you
if you
need?
have voice acting, is it
Right.
possible to turn off unit
Orders,
responses when there's like a transmission
understand.
happening? That might be an option you can
course.
do in the editor.
I'll check it out.
With this gun. Slay them all.
I
I'm just gonna throw down my.
Defend yourselves.
I'm just gonna throw down a healing ward here. We now do 75% more damage. Incredible.
My blade is ready.
Say the word.
And battle
I am
roar.
the marshal. My blade is ready.
How dare you? Get away from him.
As you wish.
How dare you?
Of course.
What is?
Is my aid required?
Why was he taking
Now
damage?
Orders, sir. Dealt with. Let's move on to Dark Follow. What do you need? Consider it done.
Yes, my liege.
There must have been some.
What ails you?
I don't know what that was,
I
but
am your
something was
servant.
doing persistent damage to us. It
I
was almost
am
like
the
the
marshal.
healing ward was doing
They will
damage
taste
to
my
us.
steel.
I don't know. All right. Yeah, I'm realizing. Yeah,
blade
Gardon
is
has the
ready.
roar and he's got the war aura. Obviously, the other two abilities
Yes.
are different. So
I understand.
again, to say that something is derivative
Of
is
course.
usually in a negative connotation. I, on the other hand, kind of see it's more inspired by, taking cues from it, and more along the narrative of it
I
more than
understand.
anything else. I think, and
Of course.
I enjoy how again you're sort of plopped into a story as opposed to like
understand.
here's a 5 to 10 minute long cutscene explaining the entire world, as opposed to getting put into it. At which point that kind of forces the creators to explain the world once you're already in it. And you have characters that already live in the world that aren't necessarily
I'll check
having
it out.
dialogue
Of
for the
course.
benefit of someone who doesn't understand,
understand.
what the world is supposed to be.
Strange. Of course. There's no guards. I'll check it out. Something isn't right here. Of course. Consider it done. Of course.
So that type of storytelling can be a challenge,
I understand.
but also tends to
I'll check it
lead
out.
to having better narrative hooks
Consider it done.
because it forces the player to actually think about what's going on. And
Of course.
in my experience, tends to make me a lot
Orders,
more
sir.
interested in what's happening.
I'll check it out.
Because I have to
I
think like,
understand.
oh, well, that implies this is this way and this is this way, and
Of course.
the light
I
bulb goes
understand.
on. Help, the orcs have returned.
Orcs! To arms,
Wretched
brothers!
beast.
Keep the villagers safe! Consider it done.
The Blood Hunter clan.
Yes?
Give me a roar. This is a good shockwave. And my units seem fine. Oh yeah, they've got their own chaplains, and they're healing us. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Do we have... Is there a cap?
Captain, what the hell are orcs doing here?
What do you need?
What do you need?
I don't know.
I
where they
am
came
the
from,
marshal.
sir, but they attacked Darkfallow only a couple nights ago. We're all that's left of the town guard. The rest was slaughtered before we could even react to the threats.
Grab your equipment and rally your men. You're coming with us to investigate.
Of course, Marshal. My men are at your disposal.
Is someone injured?
Wow.
Is my aid required?
Okay, we got
Right
a
away.
ton of units now.
As you wish. Right away.
This is a massacre. We're going to make the orcs pay for this. We need to inform Nightbane about this. Captain, send a messenger to Ravensburg immediately. We're staying here to investigate further.
Of course, sir. You there, mage. Send a message to High Lord Nightbane with that magic of yours.
Sir, it is not that simple. It will take some time for the message to reach the Highland.
I don't care. Get it done.
Look! More orcish raiders!
The humans have returned. Slay them all in the horse's name.
Okay, back to it.
Yes, my liege. Is someone
Heal
injured?
this guy up.
What do you need?
My other units got left behind. These guys have to get moved up too.
Slay the beast in the Emperor's name. Orders, sir.
Another Scroll of Restoration. I'll probably just pick this up and then pop it. It'll top
I
everyone up
understand.
and give us mana. Defend yourself long enough for reinforcements to arrive. Grey Wolf must survive. Okay, well we've got, I think,
My blade is
plenty
ready.
of
Is my aid
resources at our disposal to survive this attack.
Consider it done.
Unless they start attacking us from other directions, which is possible. But we do so much damage. These guys with the searing arrows. These guys with the searing arrows that do 75% more damage. Plus an extra 30. The chaplains, look at how much damage they're doing. This might be a little broken.
I understand.
The map is certainly easy, but you know, it's more understanding what the map is.
They strike us from 2 angles, brothers.
Yep.
Hold your ground.
Who the map is supposed to be kind of intended for in the first place. As long as we engage these close enough to the gate, they are not even hitting us. That's fine.
Yes, my friend.
So again, I don't go into maps assuming I'm supposed to be, you know, the target audience in terms of difficulty. I think I'm above average in terms of
What do you need?
skill. Not super good, obviously, but
I am the marshal.
again, it really is hard to determine,
sir.
you know, who is a map for unless a
Yes.
creator specifies,
I understand.
you know, what difficulty level they're going for. All right, they're definitely hitting both sides now. Let's keep roar up. It only lasts 10 seconds, but still, that's good enough, I think, for me. Having just straight up holy light is real good, but I do like how it's
More of the beasts. Cut them down.
you are forced to use them all yourself. Like you have to cast it yourself.
Orders, sir.
Okay, let's throw down some stomps and roar. I'm gonna clump up again, and I'm gonna drop a healing ward. It's a good thing we killed that troll's home, you know?
Right away.
Orders, sir.
Okay, everyone seems okay. Healing ward should get this all cleaned up.
There's so many. Stand your ground, men. If we die for Lycosa. My blade is ready.
Okay, losing some stuff in the front because my healers were in a really bad position. Yeah, not having our healers is real bad news. Throw down another healing ward. This is the last wave. There's only 5 seconds left, and Grey Wolf is fine, so. There we go. That end part was not easy, that's for sure. And if you didn't have the healing wards, it would have been a lot harder.
You did well, Gowan. I'm just glad that I made it in time. However, this battle is far from over. The orcs have an encampment just down the road, and it seems their entire clan awaits us in challenge. We are going to meet that challenge.
You have the support of the Elven Ranger Corps, High Lord. We'll show these green-skinned barbarians their folly in attacking the Empire.
Though it pains me to work alongside these inhumans, the orcs are a much greater threat. I've mobilized every soldier that I was ready to move out or already on patrol, including Captain Morrison here.
Then it seems the field of battle is set, Marshal. Will you join us in this final push?
My men are battered, but we're far from broken, sir. You have our support.
Good. We strike in just a moment. Meet with your men and join us in our assault.
Sounds like someone was getting Discord messages during that.
Orders?
Okay, so we're actually restricted by what we lost in that assault in order to go and
blade
help
is ready.
Nightbane's assault. I like that.
What do you need?
Destroy the orc outpost. Okay, this stuff is not under my command.
What ails you? Orders? Of course.
Steel Fist, Dragon Regiment.
I
Is that
am the
Nightbane? There
marshal.
he is.
Of course.
So I think
Yes, my liege.
What do you need?
we're gonna throw away
Yes. I understand.
our allied units.
Of course.
Let's
I'll
quick
check
save,
it
by
out.
the way.
Our enemies will perish.
Well,
Of
this is
course.
a little cheesy to do it this way. This is not
I
how I
understand.
intended this to go, but
Consider it done. I understand.
let's draw a bunch of them.
Consider it
There
done.
we go. Okay.
I understand.
Let's have the big battle play out.
Consider it done.
What do you need?
Why are some of these retreating?
I'm in
Have you
order.
noticed
Blade
that?
is ready.
Say the word.
I am the marshal.
Okay, and then we're gonna back up a little bit. There we go. Okay, now we're doing it. We're gonna throw down a roar, and with his auras, these orcs are gonna get absolutely roasted. It's gonna be great. I'm keeping an eye out for any allied units that might need some help. Yeah, we got some enemy or some allied heroes that are helping us out a lot too. Okay. Absolutely annihilated. The Elven archers seem fantastic.
What do you need?
All right, let's get in here and clean this up.
What do you need? Of course.
Seems like these fellas are not going to keep the attack on, though. And in fact, some of them are turning around. So I don't know if maybe this is how things are intentionally supposed to be working or not. There's really no way for me to know.
Yes.
Because I get the impression these fellas are supposed to be attacking with us, but they're not. Okay, it's not in the message log. I was going to say, did he give us some sort of advisement on what we should be doing? Like to get them to trigger the assault, and I'm thinking no. Oh, defend is Q, not D. My bad. I'm not even going to complain about that, because I very frequently say, please set everything to QWER. Ooh! Ow! Yike-a-roonskis. Alright, let's thunderclap and then get a roar. I feel like our hero can pretty much exclusively clean this up, but again, our hero is just so terribly strong.
Yes.
But he benefits mostly from giving other units buffs as well, so we're going to see like our damage output's going to decrease significantly when roar wears off.
They will taste my steel.
So I think, a lot of this is flat terrain. This could be fluffed up a little bit for sure. But one thing that is good, especially in not just micro missions, but also macro missions, is to be able to look at a mini map after you're nearing the end of it and kind of be able to see a clear flow that it takes. One of the best examples I like to use is the evacuation from Wings of Liberty, where the middle road is kind of the definition of the map. And it's the same across a lot of these.
Orders, sir.
A lot of these maps. It's very satisfying to see the definition of the map. That's a good indication of a good foundational terrain.
Finally, the orcs have been dealt with. However, this was only a small force in comparison to what is to come.
So, if I may, this is a clear declaration of war from this case. Land will be the charge against them.
While I appreciate the zeal, General, I have something else in mind. Captain Mawson, you are required over here, soldier. Yes, sir. How can I be of service? Captain Mawson, as of this moment, I'm giving you an official field promotion to the rank of Major. I'm giving you command of your own detachment of the Imperial Army, henceforth known as the Phoenix Regiment.
Ka!
I am also placing you and your forces under the direct control of Marshal Greywolf. I'm honored, sir. I will make the Emperor proud. I know you will, son. Galen,
Yes, High Lord.
I'm sending you to deal with this matter. You are to lead a strike force into Orcish territory and establish a foothold for the rest of the army to make a push against their main outposts.
You may also make use of my lead huntress, Dahlia Nightwhisper, and her forces.
Of course, sir. Thank you both for the reinforcements. It will be critical in our success until the rest of Wolf Regiment arrives in front.
General, prepare your forces to assist them once we receive word that they have established a foothold in the Orc territories. Imperial Army, attack! Slay the wretched beasts!
Thank you for the opportunity to participate in Maporino 2019. Future maps are currently in development and hopefully finished soon. Nice. So yeah, this is indeed meant to be a series of maps / campaign. So for once, when I say, hey, let's compare this to how a Mission 1 is designed, it's actually contextually accurate for me to do, as opposed to just slapping it onto a map that doesn't deserve that type of context. All right, I did enjoy this one again. Sort of world building. You get kind of plopped into the world. I think at the end there might have been a broken trigger, but clearly didn't really make that much of a difference. I think that we were probably supposed to talk to Nightbane or just walk up to him and he'd say, attack, and all the units go. Instead, we had to do it ourselves, but that's okay. I think the map was a bit flip-floppy in terms of difficulty. The first part was very easy, like too easy. It could certainly afford to be harder given how strong our units and our hero is in terms of buffing them. But then the holdout section felt correct. It felt good. I didn't protect my spellcasters thinking, okay, well, my expectations are that this map is relatively simple, so I don't need to overcommit to micro in any way, and then I lost a good amount of units, actually. So, again, I think, if anything, I would just make the beginning section a little more challenging by adding more enemy units or giving them more abilities that you have to react to. I'm not really sure offhand, but basically make the beginning part maybe a little more challenging to align with the fact that the end feels good in terms of challenge. And then the enemy base wiping is, I think, especially if the trigger works with the allied forces to attack with you, is just an auto-attack section because you have really, really strong allies with a bunch of heroes. Is Morrison actually Nightbane's Night Guy's son? Or did he just call him son colloquially? It's nepotism if it's actually his son, you know? Because the first thing my brain went to is that this guy maybe isn't going to be qualified, but he got a promotion because he's this guy's actual son, and then a future part of the campaign is him just fucking things up. That could be interesting. But yeah, I enjoyed this one. Again, is a nice little opener to kind of throw you into a new world. Clearly some inspiration, a decent amount of inspiration taken from Legends of Arcane, which is not, again, necessarily a bad thing. I enjoy playing Arcane most of the time, so to see something that's derivative of it, but also separate in an entirely different world, just sort of taking something that I already enjoy and repackaging it into something new, I'm going to enjoy that as well. So overall, this is a good submission. Thank you so much, DukeFenix, for sending this my way, and I'm looking forward to seeing any other maps that you add to this campaign. All right, see everyone next time. Leave your feedback below. Bye now.